Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jager of JLOz, and today we are going to be looking at Stargirl episode 10. This is a big episode, we've got a lot to go into, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video so we can get right into the Easter eggs. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to my Instagram, jloz.dc, the link will be in the description for daily DC facts, epic moments from the comics, and an update on your DC news. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, as I've said before, this TV show has some of the best Easter eggs placed within any TV show. And none are more prominent than the Blue Valley Theatre, the movie theatre. Today's lot of movie posters, we've got Strange Adventures, we've got Elongated Woman or whatever, Elastigirl from the Doom Patrol. Today we have 3 new movie posters that we haven't seen before. The first was the Unknown Soldier. Now, the Unknown Soldier is a pretty cool character. He's basically just a soldier in the US Army. No one knows who he is. He's got big bandages on his face, you know. A Sergeant Rock type character, related to him in a few ways. I like him, he's really cool. The second one we have is Prez. Now, Prez is one of the most, and I think it's Jeff Johns that does this. It's Jeff Johns. He gets all these. Prez, one of the most short-lived, unknown, inconspicuous DC characters I've never heard of. Basically, he's the first teenage president. His name's Prez, president, you know. Very smart wording, and basically that's his shtick. He's basically just a teenage president. So I thought that was really cool. And of course, sticking to the war theme here, because this is based, you know, around that time where the music was still in big bands, you know, post-World War II. Of course, Alan Scott, The Flash, Jay Garrick, they're all Dr. Midnight, they're all World War II-esque heroes. We have G.I. Robot, basically the same sort of character as the Unknown Soldier, Sergeant Rock, DC's wartime period soldier fantasy heroes, but I love the movie theatre. I love seeing these, and by all means, keep them coming. Now, at the start of this movie, at the start of this episode, basically before we, just after we see the movie posters, we basically learn that this is actually happening in the past, and this is the moment that Pat and Barbara met. And I thought it was quite an important part to the story. You know, I like Barbara, I like Pat, and I've always wondered how they met. You know, Stripesy's big old Stripesy. How did Barbara not know who he was? You know, all this stuff. So it was good to see their story. Basically, they're in the diner that we see so many reoccurring characters go into. It's a easy place to head into for our characters. And they're sitting in there, Barbara's doing some study, Pat is trying to decode Owlman's journal, obviously to no success, as we have discovered. And basically, you know, they get chatting, you know, a few things happen, and then they both order a banana split, and guess what? There's only one left. So what do? They share it, and that's how the Pat and Barbara couple we know and love today was born. Now, I've said it in the last videos, about halfway through we start to get into the nitty-gritties of the episode. The real important stuff that is very, very, very important to the overall uptake of the series. And none more than this. Basically, at the start of this we get the idea from a few flashbacks, you know, a few talks. Basically, this is an update on Brainwave. He wakes up from our last episode. I sort of speculated that he might have had memory loss. Anyway, he can't remember anything from 10 years ago. So everything up to 10 years from the present day he can remember, but everything from 10 years to the present he cannot. So he doesn't know who Courtney is, which is very convenient for the plot. Basically, Brainwave is talking to Brainwave Junior, you know, all this stuff, you know. hears Icicle and everyone talking, watches Brainwave's tapes, find out that his mum died, and basically speculates that Icicle killed Brainwave's wife and Brainwave Junior's mother to keep Henry's priorities straight. Obviously, this episode's called Brainwave Junior, so this is the defining moment for his character, as it's his own self-titled episode. So basically, we get to all of this, and we find out that, Icicle might have killed Brainwave's wife. We pretty much are certain at this point, and we basically get Brainwave back with the ISA, working for Project New America and trying to get his memory back, basically. Now, as we explored in the last video, Icicle, Barbara knows who Courtney is. She's basically lost her crap with Pat. Pat might be leaving. Obviously, that can't happen, for obvious plot reasons. Everyone's sort of at a high rail, and Barbara basically, as her independent nature goes, she tries to find the answers for herself. And she goes looking and she goes digging, and, everything turns to crap, basically, and she turns to someone she probably shouldn't have. Courtney's mother, her ex-husband, Sam Curtis. Now, obviously, in the comics, Courtney's father is a bad person and not Starman. We know it's not Starman. And this basically convinces that that is not the case. We also find out in this episode, basically, that there is no connection between Courtney and Starman whatsoever at all, as Starman is actually Mary's brother, who is Brainwave's wife and Henry Junior's mother. So that's the connection there. Basically, if I didn't explain it good enough, they went and killed the JSA. They came back. Mary's like, "Why the hell would you kill my brother?" Brainwave goes, "Well, I don't know," and then stuff starts to hit the fan. But basically, Barbara sends an email to Sam about Courtney, and at the end of the episode, we go bing, and we see that Sam responded. But Barbara doesn't know. Things start to mend, and we sort of start to work our way back towards a stable family now that everyone's in the know, except my boy Mike. Mike doesn't know yet, but most people do. And now, the moment everyone's been waiting for. The namesake, Brainwave Junior, what's been happening. So, basically, Brainwave Junior, we kick back. Brainwave wakes up, we get, Brainwave discovers all this stuff about his dad. He basically wants to take down the ISA to save his dad because he thinks they're under control. They murdered Mary, Icicle murdered Mary, all of this stuff, So basically, he joins Courtney. So we have a new member of the JSA, the new JSA. We have Yolanda, we have Rick, Beth, Courtney, and now we have Henry Jr. Now, of course, Yolanda and Rick, they are absolutely livid at this. They do not want Henry anywhere near them, and for good reasons. And basically, Henry is sort of starting to deviate from his father's wrongdoings, his father's view on the world, and is sort of going out there by himself, doing what he should be doing, and usually doing the right thing by, the world. And he's basically joining the JSA, and they basically go looking for the ISA to help his dad. So they go down the secret tunnels. Most of the JSA, we have Beth and Rick together, and then we have Yolanda, Brainwave, and Stargirl together. Obviously, Yolanda's like, "You're not going there with him without me," to protect. Anyway, stupid point. Anyway, they encounter Dragon King's men. They are basically just mindless zombies, so they are taken out pretty quickly. Stargirl does not have her staff, as it was stolen by Icicle? I think it was Icicle. Anyway, that is under the possession of Dragon King, so Stargirl just pulls out these incredible martial arts skills with a sword, enough to take, to equal Dragon King's skills, which I thought was reasonably out of the question, but, plot devices. And we basically get the fight scene, Dragon King lifts his hood, he's horrifying, everyone craps themselves, and we sort of get out, and Henry's like, come on, Dad, we're freeing you, and Henry's dad's, Brainwave's like, get out of here. They don't, and basically a fight ensues between the new JSA and Brainwave. Now, I've been lying to you. This episode does not turn out good at all. I've done a pretty good job of lying. Basically, a fight ensues. Henry is the light of the tunnel, the light in Brainwave's life, the only thing that can deviate him from Project New America. And unfortunately, Brainwave sees this. And Henry confronts him. He says, Dad, people are not monsters. I know what you're going through. I know what's going on. Let me help you. And Brainwave, I know Jordan killed Mary. I know, Dad, it's alright. And true to the Empire Strikes Back, no, Henry, Jordan didn't kill Mary. I did. And it's like, oh my god, that moment. And we get, oh my god, from everyone. Everyone craps themselves. Everyone, oh my god. And basically, Henry Junior and Brainwave, I'm calling him Brainwave Junior. Brainwave Junior and Brainwave have a showdown, and they're fighting. Brainwave, obviously the most experienced with his powers, knocks Brainwave Junior into a wall. He's bleeding, he's crippled, he's gone, he's done, and Brainwave, knowing that the only person who stands between him and Project New America and him and being a good person is crippled on the floor in front of him, his very son, Brainwave Junior. Knowing this, Henry topples a bunch of rocks onto him and kills him. And that was the end of Brainwave Junior. Henry Jr. died. Killed him. The saddest moment of the show. I cried. I honestly did. I shed a tear. It was heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. He just redeemed himself. He said to Yolanda moments before he dies, people are good. Don't let this change your mind. And then dies. And it is just awful. This show is incredible. This show is great. This show is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It is great, and it is just getting better, and moments like these in the first season that can honestly make you care about the characters in only 10 episodes shows the quality that is of work that is behind this show. It is great. And obviously none of them are going to see this, but absolute kudos to those who have done so well to create this show, because it is a joy to watch, and the ups and downs are just incredible, and this episode was no different from that. It's time to wipe away our tears, because that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you want to keep up to date with our next episodely, weekly Easter eggs from Stargirl, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notifications button so you never miss out on one of these videos. Please be sure to follow my Instagram, jrloz.dc. Link will be in the description. One click and you've got yourself daily DC facts, DC news, and awesome moments from the comics. So be sure to do that. You will not regret it, I promise. If you have any ideas, if you want me to do a fact on a character, don't matter who it is, any DC character, I promise you 100% I will get you a fact. I will tag you in it. Do whatever you need me to do. It's yours. But make sure you follow my Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to Icicle and Glider Guy. They will be in the description. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.